Good morning, guys. This is Jake from Jake's Sports Takes. How's everybody today? On my show on this podcast today, I'm going to discuss some of the NFL shakes. I'm also going to discuss the changes in the NFL standings. Also, the MLB Draft Lottery was decided last night. I'll be talking about that. Some major injuries happened. First off, last night the Chicago White Sox got the first pick in the 2026 MLB Draft, winning a draft lottery, which I have no idea how that goes. It's like the NBA lottery or what it is exactly, but they are going to get the first pick in the 2026 MLB Draft. The NFL has had some major shakeups in the standings. The Chicago Bears lost this week in a pretty close game against the Green Bay Packers. They dropped from the number 1 seed in the NFC all the way down to the number 7 in the last wildcard standings. I mean, wow, that was pretty crazy. There's a lot of shakeup. Tampa Bay got beat by New Orleans, probably one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. There's a lot of shakeup in the AFC. We got lost. Daniel Jones has been ruled out, tore his Achilles this past weekend. It's a shame for him. He was having such a good year. It sucks. I've been very hypocritical of him, and he was having a great year. I had a hairline fracture in his fibula. I thought that's what would break, but Indianapolis just getting hammered by Jacksonville. Jacksonville gaining a lead on them. Phillip Rivers was signed yesterday to the practice squad. A 44-year-old grandfather, only the second grandfather actually in the history of the NFL to play or to be in the NFL behind Brett Favre. And Riley Leonard was also injured on Sunday for the Colts. They have no choice. They have to get somebody. They have to get a quarterback because their emergency quarterback is their star tight end, their rookie star tight end, and Tyler Warren. What are you going to do? Throw a tight end as your quarterback who hasn't thrown a pass probably in, 6 years? I don't know. It's smart. The question of the hour is for Indianapolis, is Rivers in game shape to start, or are they just going to let him sit 1 week and then start him next week? Indianapolis has got a gauntlet schedule. They got San Francisco and Seattle, Jacksonville again, and then they play Houston week 18. There's been a lot of topsy-turvy. My Texans, good job. 20-10 on Sunday night in Arrowhead. C.J. Stroud, not a pretty game. 15 for 30 for 209 yards and a touchdown. But he got the job done when the time mattered. I was a little nervous, especially in the third quarter when he started getting sacked and went 0 for 9. But the Agumba Wale touchdown didn't seal that game. What also sealed it is going for it on 4th down from the 31-yard line. I understand you being 3rd and short, but you've been pretty much taking that game over. Your defense has stepped up. I understand trying to go for it, trying to take the risk. You're the best team. You're at home. But Houston's been so disciplined all through this year. You're going to get a blitz. That's just Houston's style. And you throw the ball. And I saw a lot of players complaining about holding penalties. you just drop four different passes a couple times with Kelsey or Rasheed Rice. I mean, come on. And then Kelsey complaining about holding penalties. I mean, no. Just do your job. You need to just catch the ball. I mean, Elsa here, 3 picks on Patrick Mahomes at home in December. I mean, Kansas City's in big time trouble. They're still legit in the hunt, but they're in big time trouble. Right now in the AFC, currently the number 1 seed, because New England had a bye, it's Denver. Then it's New England at number 2. Then it's Jacksonville at number 3, and number 4 right now is Pittsburgh. The 3 wild cards currently, I believe, are the Bills. I know the Texans are at the number 7 seed, and I don't know who the number 6 seed is right now. This is going to be an interesting last 4 weeks of the year. There are no more bye weeks. There is no place to hide. I mean, everybody. There are a lot of teams in contention, in the hunt. We will have to see how these last 4 weeks play out. The Chargers are the number 6 seed currently in the AFC. That's right. They won in a barn burn, an ugly game on Monday night in overtime, 22-19. Jalen Hurts throwing 4 picks. I mean, that couldn't have been more of an ugly game to watch. I watched it, and it's like, wow, this is but ugly. In the NFC, I believe Seattle took over as the number 1 seed with Green Bay at number 2. I believe number 3 right now, even with the losses, Tampa Bay, and number 4 is the NFC East leading Philadelphia Eagles for the time being. I mean, Philadelphia has fallen apart. I mean, it's just been a weird playoff hunt. I mean, Detroit's still in the hunt. Dallas is still in the hunt for now. And I can't remember the third. I think it might be Chicago's the 7th seed currently. It's gonna be San Francisco, Dallas, and I think the Rams are the right now the number 6 seed. It's gonna be completely a mess when these last 4 weeks, as teams are playing against one another. It'll determine divisions. It'll determine wild cards. Who knows what can happen? Now, I've made clear points on the CFP. The final rankings came out. We know now the matchups. The top 4 seeds in this matchup. Congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers, winning their first outright conference championship since 1968, beating the Ohio State Buckeyes 13-10 on Saturday night. What a game. I got to see some of it at the end of the game. The Ohio State kicker missed a chip shot field goal, 27 yards, and pushed it to the left. It wasn't even close. Anyway, to the number 2 seed, the Ohio State Buckeyes, as I said, lost a close game. I believe that is justified, swapping Indiana and Ohio State at number 1 and 2. At number 3, the Georgia Bulldogs, the winner of the SEC, over the Alabama Crimson Tide 28-7 on Saturday. And I will get to that in just a moment, on my opinion about that. At number 4 is the Texas Tech Red Raiders, winning in a rout against BYU. Good job of the Red Raiders. I don't know if they've ever won a Big 12 or a conference championship, but good job to them. At number 5, we got the Oregon Ducks, They were going to be in. No matter what, they were going to be in. Good job to them. We had Oklahoma in as well. We had Ole Miss at number 6. I mean, those were Ole Miss with even Hugh Freeze leaving for LSU. Great job by them to hold their own and stay pat at number 6. I can't remember who went to number 7, but great job. At 8, the Oklahoma Sooners, justifiably so. This is where we get a little controversial right here. Miami at a number 8. I mean, I thought should have been better. They had a head-to-head against Notre Dame. Quality win. Number 9. This is where I am furious. I was shocked when I saw this. Alabama. No, not with 3 losses. Not winning the SEC. Getting hammered in the SEC title game against Georgia. Yeah, you have a 1-1 record and a tough schedule, but you're not looking at head-to-head. You're looking at strength of schedule directly. You're not looking at a head-to-head. You're not looking at the game that is played. You're looking at prestige. Alabama should not be in the college football playoff. In my opinion, it should have been Notre Dame. Even with the soft schedule and winning 10 in a row, but I do not believe Alabama should be in. At number 10, at number 10, I believe, was Miami. Or I've completely forgot, the rankings. Number 11, though, the Tulane Green Wave. Great job to the Tulane Green Wave, winning the American Athletic Conference, deservingly so to be in. I mean, it would have been a conference champion, not a group of 5 conference champion. And the champion of the Sun Belt Conference, the James Madison Dukes, clinching their biggest bowl game. Great job to them. Congratulations to the Dukes. They deserve to be in their rank. They won a conference championship. A non-shocker, and how Duke even got qualified for a potential champion. They won in a 5-way tiebreaker, and they won the ACC. If Virginia would have outright won, if Virginia would have won that conference championship, there would be no debate. It would be Virginia in the college football playoff. But Duke, you can't put a 5-loss Duke team in the college football playoff. There's no debate about that. I was debating this with a friend of mine, with my cousin yesterday, about this. In my opinion, if you're going to bump it up to 16 teams, you have the top 4 seeds in as buys. And then you have the bottom 4 teams in that rankings. You have them play a head-to-head. Basically a play-in tournament like you do with the NCAA basketball. Those teams, the winners of those games, will play the next 2 highest teams, the 2 teams who got left out of the bottom of the top 4. Play them. The winner of that game goes on to play in the college football playoff. That'll start January 19th. I believe one matchup that I read, the number 5 Oregon Ducks will play in Eugene against the James Madison Dukes. I mean, who knows what could happen? James Madison could beat them in Eugene. Anything can happen in football. We know that this year. At number 6, the 6th ranked Ole Miss Rebels, with all the changes. will be playing the number 11 Tulane Greenwood. This could be where the upset happens right there at 6-11 matchup. Although it's going to be in Biloxi, I mean, we'll give that debate later. 7 and 10 matchup, Miami will pair up, is it with, I forgot who they put in at number 7. And then rematch of Miami Notre Dame. Or Miami and Alabama. Oklahoma and Alabama will rematch in that at 8 and 9. Thankfully, it's in Miami. It's in Miami again. I hope Miami just smokes them. I am furious with the way they put Alabama in. In this case, I believe Notre Dame should have been in. But I'm not a ranking. But the thing is, the chairman of that college football playoff, or the person who runs it, is the athletic director at Arkansas. Of course, he's going to play favoritisms. He's not going to look at strength of schedule, head-to-head, whatever the criteria is. They need to change up that criteria. It's getting ridiculous. But also, one thing this week that I'm interested to see, this week, the Heisman Trophy finalists have been announced this Saturday. The 4 will be the favorite and the person who I believe will win, Fernando Mendoza, the potential number 1 pick in the draft, determining what team gets that out of Indiana. Diego Pavia had a great year at Vanderbilt, the number 14 team, who will play the Iowa Hawkeyes actually in, I believe, the ReliaQuest Bowl this year. Jalen Smith out of Ohio State, quarterback, had a tough game in the Big Ten title game, but it's one game. Leading the Ohio State Buckeyes to an undefeated regular season and then losing a close game in the Big Ten championship. I believe he's deserving of it to be in that mix. And the 4th man going to New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony is Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, one thing to finish out on, Notre Dame has their right to not play in a bowl game. They are furious. I don't blame them. But, I mean, I can understand why they didn't play. They played a lot of soft schedule, but I do believe Notre Dame should be in over Alabama. Because it seems like what they did when the rank before this got announced, they were dropping teams who got beat out of the standings, out of the rankings, and they dropped them down a few spots. They didn't drop Alabama down. You have to drop somebody down and knock them out. That's why I believe Notre Dame should still be in the college football playoff. Yes, their schedule hurt, but I had to put Notre Dame in. Anyway, that concludes my today's Jake's Sports Takes. Follow me on Instagram at Duke Nets Texans Fan 11 at Jake Ferris on YouTube. Have a good rest of your week. I will be having another one on Saturday to have my Super Dogs, NFL Super Dogs, fantasy NFL playoffs start this week. I will give you my potential playoff waiver wire pickups, the injury report, and some of my predictions for the games. Also, something I wish I could watch, but I may watch it on my phone later in the day. that would be Booyah, which is a documentary to Stuart Scott. Personally, my favorite all-time SportsCenter anchor. Rest in peace. I was so upset. I was almost crying when I heard he passed away. That's something you should check out. That's on ESPN Plus and Disney Plus and ESPN. Please check that out. I believe that's going to be a great documentary. I know some of you guys are young, but anyway, follow me at once again on my Instagram at Duke Nats Texans Fan 11 and at Jake Ferris on YouTube. If you want to check this video out, subscribe, please. Have a good rest of your week. Stay warm. It's going to be cold. Enjoy yourself. And peace out, my nerds.